Baker, swim dodge, fires and scores!
Skipping in step, behind the back! Pass, the extra look, and the goal!
Shot on goal and good.
We welcome you to Mount Sinai High School, where this afternoon the Varsity Media Sports Network presents the final game of the Gains for Brains Classic, the tournament, and this should be a classic as Sacred Heart comes in with a 4-3 record, taking on the host Mustangs of Mount Sinai, who are 8-2. Good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler here with you for the final of 7 games over the course of 2 days. And this should be a really, really fun matchup. Sacred Heart coming in, like we said, 4-3 off a 1-goal win over Cold Spring Harbor. They've got depth, which is a little bit unique for head coach Morgan O'Connor. And she also has one of the best goalies that she's ever had in Caitlin Bowden, who is our impact player for Sacred Heart. Bowden, 58 saves on the year. One of those goalies who only comes around every so often. Nearly 60% save percentage. You see it there. We gave her the 60. 58 saves on the year going to James Madison University. Absolutely will play a large role should Sacred Heart win this game. And what we love sort of about these individual matchups as Mount Sinai coming with an 8-2 record, they're coming off looking to bounce back off a loss to Bayport Blue Point 10-5. We showed you the goalie for Sacred Heart, right? Who is the impact player for Mount Sinai? Another Spallina, Alexa Spallina. You see her numbers, 23 goals, 19 assists. She absolutely is special. They run the offense through. The freshman might be the best attacking player in the country in the class of 2025. Let's take a look at starting lineups as we get ready for the opening draw. First for the visitors from Sacred Heart. Cifarelli, Darcy, and Mayer with Regan is your attacking unit. The two Browns, Kira, the older of the two, Charlotte, the younger of the two, with Kaylee Fravert. Your defenders are Cole, Leonetti, Daly, and Paisano. And we mentioned Bowden in the cage for Morgan O'Connor in her 14th season at the helm. A 2002 graduate of Sacred Heart, also is the athletic director in her 5th year at that role. Former player at Notre Dame. Let's look at the starting lineup now for Mount Sinai. We mentioned up top, if it's an attacking player, it's got to be a Spallina, right? Alexa Spallina leading the charge there with Klein, Flobeck, and Kearns, as well as Katie Mars going to Lafayette, the senior. Your midfield is Budke, Gatz, and Carante. Sabella, Mile, de Blasio, along with the other Carante, Alexa. So it's Kaylee in the midfield, Alexa in the back, and the goalie is Jillian McFadden, Adelphi-bound senior. First-year head coach is Chris Carante at a Newfield class of 1987. Was an assistant coach for the legend Albert Alone, who was with us yesterday on the broadcast. For the last 4 years, he takes over, and he'll soon pass that mantle over to Shayna Pareca, who played at Florida, then was part of the Athletes Unlimited. She's an assistant coach. She'll be teaching in the district in a year's time, and it will be her job going forward. All right, we're set for the opening draw. It's Kira Brown for Sacred Heart. You see her, number 30. See Joe Spallina just made his way here. Saw his son before as well. All the Spallina boys, and that's a big family, so they immediately increased the attendance here, I think, by 30%. Off we go. Opening draw goes for the visitors from Sacred Heart, and they look to push a pace. Here comes Brown. Split dodge? No, not there. She backs it up, and Sacred Heart will get into their offense. A lot of Division I commits here. We'll go through them as we continue on this broadcast, but absolutely littered with them, both of these teams, which again makes it that fun matchup. Really, to this point in the Games for Brains, it was like Section 1 or Connecticut against Long Island. This time it's Nassau, Suffolk. It's Catholic and Public. There's a firing shot over the cage by Kira Brown, going to Wesleyan. 4-year varsity experience. Quickly get it back into play, and they get it to X. That's where Elizabeth Darcy was fouled. Darcy, they call her Minx. Quick, agile, changes levels well. Now she's got a fantastic opportunity from the 8-meter against Jillian McFadden. Shot, bounced it, wide of the mark. McFadden tracked it well. It's picked up there, and Sacred Heart continues on attack. Good cross crease shot, and a better save by McFadden. Really good save by the senior going to Adelphi. She has been killing it for the Mustangs, who now look to head the other way, and we get a first look at their vaunted attack. A bunch of cutters. Good inside move to the cage. Low shot. And a foul was called as Leah Flobeck, the junior Florida commit, pushed her way to the cage. So she's got an off-angle 8-meter. Flobeck to the cage. Turns. Spins. Low shot. Bouncer. And a goal. So Flobeck changed her angles well. The dynamic lefty, 5'10", quick. Her 25th goal of the year. And you've got to kind of do these things to beat a goalie like Bowden. You see there, spun at the crease and bounced it as well as Mount Sinai takes the 1-0 lead. Back to the draw control we go. Push forward, ground ball. Brown tried to scoop it up. You could see the player taking it from Mount Sinai. That was Katie Mars, number 9, coming back from an ACL surgery. So she's kind of that Fogo, if you will, right now. And that's a little bit of what she'll do at Lafayette as well. So until she gets her stick going and can get more involved in the attack, her primary role for Mount Sinai will be to take the draw controls. So Sacred Heart looking for a response. And it's up top to Shannon Mayer. Marist commit. True leader on and off the field. Kind of that team mom, which you need in girls lacrosse sometimes. There's a lot of moms in the stands, but Shannon Mayer is that team mom. That shot wide, backup was there, so it'll stay with Mount Sinai, with Sacred Heart. And there is Mayer. Turns, loses it, and they'll call a slash. So a chance here for Mayer, a really good one as well, an 8-meter opportunity. Pretty good angle for her as well. Mayer stopped. And a big save by McFadden. Her second. She is diminutive, but she has been really good since game 1. She doesn't let a mistake get to her, and her work ethic is incredible. Always staying after, taking those extra shots. Marissa Gatz looks like waiting up top. Flobeck swings it. Good cut. She gets the return pass to the crease, goes through, and it's kicked back out. Ryan Kearns passes, and Cassidy Millen Jr. going to Stony Brook. Flobeck, will she dodge from there? Nope, but I think we'll get our first yellow card, and we will. It's Brown who will go off. So 1938 means that Mount Sinai, this vaunted Mount Sinai attack, will have an opportunity to get a few goals, if possible, with the extra player. And Mount Sinai will work it now to X. Turn, firing, clinical. Spolina, the goal. And that's just the beginning of their extra player opportunity. And look how smooth Spolina is. Makes up her mind, turns in front, scores her 24th goal of the year. Chris Carinante said of Spolina, in my opinion, the best 2025 attacker in the country. I've not seen a player like her. It's the vision plus the shot, and obviously you throw in the IQ with the understanding, of course, who her dad is, and she's had that expectation, as has her older brother, Joey, going to Syracuse from a young age, and she's not backed down from that, and in fact, she's flourished with that expectation. 2-0 the score. Now Sacred Heart down a player. Can milk this clock if they choose to and get their player back on and kill this woman down situation. Looks like that's pretty much the plan for them right now, as a very patient offensive set. But there's a ball, a miscue out of the midfield, which leads to a 50-50 ground ball. A push was called, though. It'll stay with Sacred Heart. Putting it back into play is Kendra Daly, the Lafayette-bound senior, loud, vocal leader of that defense. Daly's someone who gets a tremendous amount of knockdowns as well. So she impacts the game in a couple different ways. From X. And that shot wide of the mark. You can see McFadden being a little aggressive, coming out on Darcy to challenge the pass. Darcy's low shot, though, wide of the cage. Again, they'll operate from X. Good job picking up the cutters by the Mount Sinai defense. We are even now, so only the one goal on the woman up opportunity. And how about that one? Fighting off the challenge was Darcy, and she pulls Sacred Heart to within one. Darcy absorbs the contact. You see it here. She'll get the pass, stick up, looking for it right there. That would have been a foul. But she continues on, scores the goal, her second of the year. Quick, agile, Darcy changes levels well. Shifty player, sees the field. And again, one of the cooler nicknames with Minx or Minxie. Morgan O'Connor, the Sacred Heart head coach, says sometimes jokingly we forget she has a real name, right? You get asked about Elizabeth, and she's like, we don't have an Elizabeth. Oh, wait, that's right. That's Minx. We will redraw between Mars and it looks like Shannon Mayer this time, so a different look. And a good clean win for Mars. She'll hand off and get off, and Mount Sinai back on attack. Low shot and a goal. Just backing down her defender was Flowback. Scores her second. And she increases the Mount Sinai lead to 3-1. Watch Flowback just turn, and then decides to go, shoots it low. Scores her 26th goal of the year. 3-1 the lead for Mount Sinai. 16:52 to go in the first half. Both of these teams certainly don't duck any competition. Sacred Heart had a good bounce back win against Cold Spring Harbor after a really tough loss to Wilton, which was preceded by a close loss to their biggest rival, St. Anthony's, and then a really big win over Ridgewood of New Jersey. To the cage, and you can see how quickly the defense there, that was Colleen Feek. They swarmed on her. Her shot was contested. And Mount Sinai gets the ball back. An aggressive ride by, a really aggressive ride. This will be a yellow card. Good sportsmanship shown by Kaylee Fravert. But she got that stick up high, and she'll go in for 2 minutes now for the second player for Sacred Heart to pick up a card in this early going. So 16-11 the time of the infraction. We'll count it down to 14-11. How about this? A little unsettled. Oh, the ball's on the carpet. Ground ball picked up well. And now it's in Spalina's hands from behind the cage. Goes behind the net looking for cutters. And, of course, we saw earlier, can take it herself as well. Goes to the elbow, kick back out. Patient set here for the Mustangs. Back to Spalina. First minute of this 2-minute woman up opportunity. Spalina will look to restart. Kicks it out top. Fake. Some contact and another restart here from the Mustangs. Spallina hands off. #14 is Peyton Choma. Again, one of those legacy names in Mount Sinai girls lacrosse. A lot of options. Sticks up. It's kicked up top. Choma cuts to the cage. Flowback pushes it up top. Dodging from there. Firing, shot wide of the mark. Backup was there, so the possession stays with Mount Sinai. Kaylee Carante was the shooter there. Spallina this time. That was on target. Bounced wide, back up there. So Mount Sinai maintains possession. Good two-person game there between Flowback and Spallina. So patient. No one forcing things. Carante. Little stutter step and a missed handoff, but the ball scooped up well. Cassidy Millen, the junior, first year in an increased role for the Mustangs. Nearly loses it, continues it. Spallina, sidearm shot. Wide of the mark, but the backup again is there. Oh, what a look from X, and there's the finish in front. Spallina gets the assist. Carante gets the goal, and Mount Sinai extends their lead. You've got to be on the same page here when you get the pass from X, as Spallina does, and you also got to catch it and shoot it well, and that's what Carante did there for her 11th goal of the year. She's been solid this year. Kind of that typical two-way midi. Who's got good speed, gets up and down. Probably the second fastest player on the team is the sophomore. Good with both hands as well. Very calm with the ball, and kind of saw that there as well, right? Where no hesitation, no nerves, just strong to the hole to extend Mount Sinai's lead. Another face-off win for Mars. Can't wait to see her have an increased role. And again, it comes with just getting her stick work and getting her legs back. Caused turnover. Ball scooped up by Kendra Daly. And just like that, though, Sacred Heart loses it in midfield. Eight is Ryan Kearns. Goal and an assist on the year for her. Those are the numbers that Alexis Spallina has in the game. 1 and 1. 2 goals for Leah Flowback. She's got the ball now. Pass. Another whistle by the officials. And we'll restart again from up top. Mount Sinai, a team that plays tough, hard defense. Oh, nice cut there to get past her defender. But a better save there. That was Sarah Blandy with the shot. And now Sacred Heart, just feel like it's been a long time since they've been on this side of the field. Their deficit is 4-1 as we approach the 10-minute mark left in this first half. Their lone goal scorer was Darcy, the sophomore, with her second of the season. A lot of movement off ball now, and a collision and a charge was called against Sacred Heart. So more chances for this vaunted Mount Sinai attack to get some more and extend their lead. There's Delilah Mile, the senior Albany commit. We'll see her on the draw circle as well. Big, strong lefty. Flowback trying to back down her defender. Pushes it back out. Kylie Carente off of her first goal of the game. She dodges from the top, swings it. Flowback. Oh, and the look to the cage. They're going to wave off the goal. But it'll be an 8-meter opportunity for Taylor Klein. Klein scores. They took one away from her. You're not taking the second one away. Klein scores her 15th of the year. The Brown-bound junior extends Mount Sinai's lead. Look at the velocity on this shot, too. Just steps into it well. No celebration. She just walked off like a boss. Klein, great stick. Another who will take some draws. And we saw it there, an incredibly hard shot. And in traffic, one of the best sticks that Chris Carente says that he's ever seen. (5-1) Mount Sinai, 8:30 left, first half. Final game of 3 today, 7 in total of the 2022 Gains for Brains, the 6th annual competition, although the tournament itself is technically in its 8th season. Good ground ball picked up by Charlotte Brown, the younger of the two Browns, the sophomore, strong 2A midi. And now Sacred Heart looks for a response. Down 5-1. Julia Regan pops it back out. She'll go to Delaware. 6 goals, 1 assist. Quick, gritty as well. She could finish. She's also really agile. Nice spin towards X. And again, you see how aggressive, which I love from McFadden. Just kind of acting as that extra defender. A lot of times you see goalies do that when they're like down late, but there's a spin, a handoff, getting topside, split dodge. It looks like we'll have a first card against Mount Sinai, so a big window of opportunity here for Sacred Heart with 7:35 left and an 8-meter to boot as well. Off the restart to the cage and a goal. A big one as well for Sacred Heart. I believe that was Cadence Flaherty, the freshman, the spark plug who comes off the bench for instant energy. And number 6, Had to tiptoe her way at the end there, but a big goal for her and her team. It's with the extra player, her 6th of the year. She was big from free positions against St. Anthony's. She was also quick enough where in those situations she can switch hands as well. She's got a really bright future ahead. Just a freshman. Sacred Heart still, though, with the extra player off the draw, looking for the ground ball. Big one by Mars. Oh, she has been really good at the draw. She'll come off. And now off of the win, Mount Sinai can kill off this woman down situation and get themselves even. Kearns looks to split a couple defenders, and a foul was called. Certainly with the extra player, you expect Sacred Heart to be a little bit more aggressive. And they do. There's something two, it looks like, out on every player with the ball, which you can. Again, you do have the extra player, so why not? Again, extending the arms on the stick check. Quick stoppage. Kearns goes to X. They'll operate again from there. Double, ball's loose. Look at Bowden, and oh man, a collision between Bowden and Spallina. Both are impact players for both teams. Just a loose ball. Bowden was aggressive coming out of her cage, and a really big collision between the two. We certainly hope that they're all right. We'll take this opportunity in the stoppage of play to thank again the Long Island Yellow Jackets. The 2020-2021 program was number 2 in the state of New York. Number 1 in the state of New York. Number 2 in the country. Number 1 club on Long Island. LIYellowjackets.com is the website. They are a proud sponsor of Gains for Brains. Also want to thank the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation, whose mission is to spread the positive spirit of lacrosse and support the highest ethical standards for all those who participate through annual initiatives, including targeted grants, scholarship programs, lacrosse education clinics, and events to raise awareness and resources in support of the game. We thank Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation as well. Some of the great things that they are involved with is the Shootout for Soldiers, the Hall of Fame, the Lax Like a Girl tournament, the High School Founders Cup Awards, scholarships, the 9/11 Memorial at Farmingdale State, the Wheelchair and Special Needs Lacrosse Clinics, the Division I game, which is the Metro Cup, Division II game, Legends Cup. So much involved for that foundation. So with 6:02 left, Spallina hobbling off for Mount Sinai, certainly a major concern for her as well as for the Mustangs. It appears that Bowden is okay. Again, just a big collision between the two. We wish the best to both players as we are getting set to start again. So off the restart, Sacred Heart with the ball, under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. That's been all Mount Sinai. 5-2 is their lead. Charlotte Brown. Goes up top, hands it off to Kaylee Fravert. We're even now. Good look to the cage. Intercepted, though, and here comes Mount Sinai with an opportunity, maybe for something unsettled. Extra look. Oh, one more. What a pass. Top side. Ball stripped, though. Ground ball. Still loose. And it's scooped up by Mount Sinai. Understandably, the concern right now and a little bit of a hush over the crowd was off of that injury to Alexis Bellina. So trainers working with her. We certainly hope for the best for her going forward. Flowback now kind of takes Spellina's spot as that facilitator maybe from X. There she is as we approach 4 minutes remaining. Flowback. Little inside roll. No, she'll go back to X. Goes that way, though. Good fake low and the finish high. What a goal by Flowback, her third. She extends Mount Sinai's lead. Textbook here from Flowback. Watch this. A little bit of spin cycle, right? We'll go this way. Great fake. And then the finish high. Third goal of the game. 27th of the season. As the lead is now 6-2 for Mount Sinai with just a shade under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. 3 goals by Flowback, 1 by Spellina, 1 by Klein, 1 by Carante. While Sacred Heart has mixed it up a little bit here at the draw circle, it's been all Mars, and she's been phenomenal. Another win. Spins out of trouble, but she gets a check from behind. Foul was called, though. This is the last game of the day here today, but we'll be back at it tomorrow night out at Cold Spring Harbor as Wantagh and Cold Spring Harbor do battle. That should be a lot of fun. Under the lights at Cold Spring Harbor. Seahawks looking to bounce back off that loss to Sacred Heart of Greenwich. 1-goal loss in the main event of yesterday's day 1 of the Gains for Brains out at Cold Spring Harbor. You can join me and Al Bertolone for that one. Bertolone, the legend here from Mount Sinai. What a crisp cut. And the shot just, I think the defender affected that shot by Millen as it went over the bar. That was Charlotte Brown doing that defensive midi work. A roll comes up top from Marissa Gatz. Kearns. And there's a foul as fighting her way through is Peyton Choma, the sophomore, of course, older sister Casey at Notre Dame. Choma coming off of 2 ACLs, so she's still kind of working herself back into full health. As such, they give her some time on attack, right? You don't have to do as much running as you would in the midfield, and look at that rip. Choma left no doubt about that one. The sophomore's second goal of the game, extending the lead to 7-2 as we are just under 2 minutes remaining in this first half. You see again, watch Choma. Look, she's getting ready. She's like a batter, right? Like in the batter's box, and then just rips it. Sidearm shot. Choma, because of those 2 ACLs, wasn't involved in the fall, which is obviously big in terms of collegiate recruiting. So the summer is going to be big for her coming up. And as such, no one's rushing her back right now. So she'll have the opportunity to take her time to get herself back to full health. And why not if he could still impact the game as she did there on the 8-meter. Big ground ball picked up there by Jordan de Blasio, 24. The senior Syracuse commit. Used to be a midi, but now she's a defender who is athletic with a great stick. Good opportunity here for Mount Sinai to add one on, and perhaps even, if they so choose, to bring this one to halftime. Not sure if that's in their DNA, though. They're an attacking group. Carente, they'll work it back to Flobeck. Up top as we have a minute left now in this first half. Patient around the perimeter. There's Flobeck, who's got 3 first half goals. Back to X. Kearns up top to Millen. 30 seconds. So the Mustangs will hold here for the last. The only question at this point, will they have a 5 or 6 goal lead at the break? Look to the crease, turning, firing, and scoring. What a shot by Taylor Klein, her second goal of the game, and it comes with 14 seconds left in the first half. Klein's got a great stick. And watch here as well, right? Gets into the teeth of the defense, takes the contact, turns, fires, scores. Has a great shot as well. Second goal of the game and the 16th of the season. So again, a change here for Sacred Heart. As it looks like it's Maddie Cannon, the senior, going to Lafayette, who will take the draw against Mars, who has been in the zone. Mars. Here we go. And an opportunity off a collision off the draw control. 6 seconds. They got to go to Cage here if they want one more. Turning. Flobeck. One more pass, and that won't count as Choma's shot deflected anyway. A terrific first half for Mount Sinai, which has an 8-2 lead at the break over Sacred Heart in this finale of the 2022 Gains for Brains. We'll take a quick break as you're watching this right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effect set to music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media covers.
Welcome back to Mount Sinai as the Mustangs have an 8-2 lead. You want to bring your game to life? Well, Varsity Media Sportscasts are your answer. We've got announcers, multiple cameras, instant replays and graphics, great for rivalry games, senior day, just general promotion of your team. You can contact us to book a sportscast, 516-403-2050, or visit varsitymedia.net. We'll also got college recruiting videos. What we offer is custom editing effects to help your player stand out. You got your choice of music, a link for college coaches. The reason you want to sign up, of course, you can save money in college tuition. You can help land a spot on a team and stand out from the competition. Mention this ad. You get 10% off. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net. We'll take another quick break. We'll get you the start of the second half when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Stand out from the competition with a Varsity Media college recruiting video. A college recruiting video from Varsity Media can help save money on college tuition and land a spot on the team. We use your best plays with our custom editing effect sets and music to ensure a college coach sees your athletic skills. Contact us today to book a college recruiting video. 516-403-2050 or email Jeff at varsitymedia.net. For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, sportscasts,
Thunder, and what a look.
photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography,
Oh, you know what I want to ask with face-offs? Is there like a rotation, or they can send anyone out for face-off?
Anyone, yeah. Normally they keep like the same.
Okay, like they know who their best face-off, and they'll send them out. What about there was a goal that was taken away because it was like
They might have been in the crease.
no, it was
They called
too.
the foul first.
Oh, they called the foul first? There was probably a foul before the goal.
No, you said it was something like it was like too aggressive or something. Like
Oh
that's
yeah. You
what
can't
is-
shoot
Oh
like super
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, if it's like if their swing or their follow through or if
Yeah.
like it's a dangerous shot, meaning like if
Dangerous
they're
shots.
gonna hit somebody,
okay.
it's, you know, they,
Like their actual
their
stick.
stick or yeah.
Okay.
Your stick, like their stick's not supposed to come down and up like that. Like in guys they'll do that, but in girls you can't you know, it can't come from below and up. So
Is that called often?
no, because most people
They just
more
know
skilled
the-
players
yeah.
know how to do it.
Yeah.
So more skilled players will do it more, and then you know, depending on if they do it right or not.
Welcome back to Mount Sinai High School. Just about set for the start, and we are set for the start of the second half. Mount Sinai, an 8-2 lead early on, and back to the draw control. And this one won by Sacred Heart. Mount Sinai, through Katie Mars, has been dominant at the draw circle, and an opportunity now for Sacred Heart maybe to chip away at their deficit. They've got the ball at X. Only two goal scorers to this point, Darcy and Flaherty. Up top is Kira Brown. Brown switched to her left. Looks for options. Biggest difference for Sacred Heart this year, maybe as compared to previous years, is it's a deeper group than O'Connor has had, as that errant pass actually made its way to X. Ground ball. Still loose. It's picked up and kicked back out for Sacred Heart. So you kind of have like a 22-player rotation almost for Sacred Heart. So a lot of quality players, and it's a good problem to have, good thing to manage for O'Connor. And again, it's a unique one for her, not really having to deal with that previously. There's always been good players at Sacred Heart, no doubt about it, but maybe not as many. But that's the trend right now in the school. You've got 90 players playing lacrosse in a school of 800 girls. That's a pretty good percentage. Low shot attempt. Foul was called. Sidearm shot. Side netting. Fantastic outlet. Although this time the ball gets loose. I thought it went right into the stick of Mile, but it didn't. Sacred Heart maintains possession. Julia Regan, or now they have possession again, I should say. Early stages of this second half of the final game of the Gains for Brains in 2022. We expect to maybe get some final words at some point in the second half from Andrew Rappaport. Another foul inside, which will lead to an 8-meter opportunity for Sacred Heart. Low shot saved. And the GB picked up as well. McFadden's been really good. Incredible work ethic for the Adelphi-bound senior. As here comes the Mustangs looking to push. Great synergy as well between these two programs, the girls and the boys. See a lot of the boys players here to watch their classmates play, and the same is true, of course, of the girls coming to the boys' games. Boys undefeated to this point. Mount Sinai girls 8-2, so almost like that sibling rivalry. Some fun sort of chatter and joking about the losses that the girls have had to this point, with the understanding kind of that, listen, you don't lose often on the lacrosse field out here. Oh, it's a great rip by Taylor Klein. Give her 3 on the day as she extends this Mount Sinai lead to 9-2. See the look again. Klein. And what you like about that, too, is, right, she caught the ball up in a position where she's already going to shoot it. She didn't have to change her angles, was confident enough in the power that she had from that angle. Makes it 9-2. So now it's Klein and Flobeck with 3 goals apiece. 1 for Spalina, Choma, and Gatz. If you're just joining us, a scary collision between Alexis Spalina and Caitlin Bowden has sidelined the fantastic freshman, Alexis Spalina. Sacred Heart looking for a response. Oh, great cut to the cage. She can't hold on to the ball, and then a push called inside. That was Feek, the freshman, who made the crisp cut but couldn't maintain the ball. But it leads to an 8-meter opportunity for Fravert. Fravert, bouncer. Did it go in? There was a whistle and I think a slash first. So don't count the goal. We'll have another 8-meter opportunity for Sacred Heart. And it will be Fravert again. This time a bouncer low, wide of the cage. Looks like a change in the Mount Sinai cage, as Sarah Flobeck, 12, is there now. Pass into the crease, Flobeck, aggressive. And look out, surrounded by Sacred Heart players and then pushed to the ground, so she'll win this restart. Flobeck fakes it and goes to the far side. Again, a reminder, if you're a big fan of girls lacrosse, got a great one tomorrow night out at Cold Spring Harbor, Wantagh and Cold Spring Harbor under the lights. You can join myself and Al Bertolone on the call for that one, and it'll be another busy week of lacrosse on the Varsity Media Sports Network. As always, you can click subscribe on our YouTube channel, and you can follow us on all our social media handles to find out where and when your next SPORTSCAST will be. It's all Mustangs here. An aggressive cut. Another foul was called as Flowback went down hard. She'll restart now. Fires low. Wide. Backup was there, though. Choma, hands off as easy as you like for Flowback. Goal number 4 on the game. 10-2 is the lead. A little bit of a defensive breakdown here for Sacred Heart. They don't get Flowback, who just has a dunk at the cage. So now Flowback separates herself from Klein. She's got a game-high 4. Klein with 3. And then again, Spalina, Choma, and Carante with 1 each. 10-2 is the lead for Mount Sinai. Again, this is a deep and very good Sacred Heart team. But Mount Sinai here on their home turf certainly showing how good they are to the rest of Long Island, but to the tri-state as well. Off the draw control, it goes to Sacred Heart. They've got some big games coming up. Sacred Heart does. They'll go to Manhasset on May 7th, and then that return game with St. Anthony's on May 9th. They lost that first one 13-10 out at Cy Donnelly Field in South Huntington. When you talk signature win to this point for Sacred Heart, as there's a foul, a push is called in the box. You've got to say it was probably that win over Ridgewood, New Jersey, just because they are traditionally that powerhouse, right? But they've got a new coach, but that was a 16-12 win, so that was the high watermark offensively for them. Opened the season with an 11-8 loss to the Sacred Heart from Greenwich, the one that we saw yesterday beating Cold Spring Harbor. Sacred Heart maintains possession. Morgan O'Connor said that the biggest strength of this team is leadership and experience, not just on the field, but experience of just being on this varsity team. The goal is good. The flag would have been waved off, and Sacred Heart gets a goal back. See the strong move to the cage by Colleen Thieck, the freshman. She gets her 4th goal of the year. Signature win for Mount Sinai. It could be this one if this result holds on. They opened the season winning their first 6, including a win over Compsawag and West Babylon. Tough loss to West Hampton, but then they bounce back against West Islip and Harborfield, losing the Bayport Blue Point. They've got a big one coming up on April 28th against Sayville, a Sayville team we saw early on with a convincing win over John Jay. First, they've got Smithtown West, and then they go to Miller Place. They play Rocky Point, and then the regular season at Shoreham Wading River. 15 minutes left. Can Sacred Heart mount the comeback? You can only get it one goal at a time. That's what they got to do. They got to chip away. Good stutter step. Maneuvering through traffic. Good slide as the shot was unable to get taken. That one, though, was off of the pass. That opportunity went wide of the cage. Sacred Heart, though, maintains their possession. Here comes Mayer. Split dodge. Fires. Nice save by Flobeck. Picks the ball out of the side netting and will look to clear. Foul called on Thiek. As Flobeck works her way, finding the cutter. As Mount Sinai will now look to turn. That was Kaylee Carante, the sophomore. Older sister is Alexa, part of that defensive unit. She's going to Pittsburgh, and again, a lot of Division I commits. As we'll stop the clock. With 13:16 left. It's like another yellow card, was it? I don't see anyone coming off. Off the restart. Yeah, Mount Sinai, you've got Klein going to Brown, Flobeck going to Florida, Millen to Stony Brook, Mars to Lafayette, Budke to Stony Brook, Alexa Carante to Pittsburgh, Abby Sabella going to Stony Brook to join her sister there. You've got Mile to Albany, de Blasio to Syracuse, Blandy to Sacred Heart. McFadden's going to Adelphi, but listen, they're D2. They could probably beat some D1s as well. And again, they'll be the younger players, right? You know that Shoma's going to find the place. You know that Spallina's going to play high-end Division I as well. So a lot of commits and more to come for the Mustangs. Oh, what a move. Carante. The look down low. Missed its mark. And will go the other way. Low shot saved by Flobeck. The attempt by Kira Brown. We mentioned all those D1 commits for Mount Sinai. Well, Sacred Heart not lacking in that department. You've got Cifarelli going to Winthrop, Mayer going to Marist, Regan to Delaware, Bendowski to Quinnipiac. Frankie Gray's a college commitment going to Chapman University. Kira Brown, we said before, going to Wesleyan. Maddie Cannon to Lafayette. Sonny Leonetti going to Arizona State University. Low shot and another save. Flowback has been good. Kaylee Chin not here today, going to Fairfield. And we mentioned, of course, Bowden going to JMU. We approach the final 10 minutes of regulation time. It's been all Mustangs here. The only damper to this point on what is likely going to be the 9th victory of the year is that injury in the first half to Alexis Spallina. Has not returned after that collision with Bowdoin. Was being looked at by the trainers behind the Mount Sinai bench. Flobeck facilitates from X. The biggest strength, and maybe it speaks a little bit to this score line that we have, right, at 10-3 for Mount Sinai. Biggest strength is probably the Mustangs defense, where they returned 4 starters, all 4 Division I commits, all 4 made all division a year ago. That's 3 seniors and a junior. A year ago, they also leaned on their defense, but you can see the offense has really been firing, especially of late. Carente, the fake, and the pass to Cassidy Millen. Carente, low shot, saved by Bowdoin. When we spoke with Carente, with Chris Carente, that is, the head coach, about playing in this tournament, he said, listen, it is so cool to host. He said last time that we played in it, we played Morristown from New Jersey. It was out of Cold Spring Harbor. That in itself was a great experience, but to host it all day, you know, you've got great teams coming in. He said he was telling the community to come out, and we do have a good crowd here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. He said it's a great cause, and to host, it's a really big honor as well. And if you want to donate to Gains for Brains, we'll pop that up at the top of your screen when we get a second. Here it is. See the website, gainsforbrainslax.org. I want to thank, of course, good friend of Varsity Media, Andrew Rappaport, for putting this together. You know, it was 8 years ago, and this is now the 6th tournament. Of course, you lost those 2 years to COVID, but you've got to make the argument it's bigger and better than it's been before. 2 different sites over 2 different days at Cold Spring Harbor, of course, which is a terrific location and a host as it's been from day one. And now Mount Sinai joining in as a host here this year in the first of 2 days of the tournament. A lot of work as well behind the scenes, especially from our folks as well. And still plenty of time left, but big kudos to this entire Varsity Media crew for all their hard work to bring these games to you here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Also want to thank the Long Island Yellow Jackets for being a proud sponsor of the Gains for Brains, liyellowjackets.com. 2020-2021 Yellow Jacket program, number 2 in the U.S., number 1 in New York State, and of course the number 1 club on Long Island, a proud sponsor for Gains for Brains. If you like this lacrosse action, again, plenty to come in the coming days. Another girls' showdown coming up out at Cold Spring Harbor tomorrow night, as Wantagh and Cold Spring Harbor will do battle. On Wednesday, we'll be out at Port Washington as Massapequa and Port Washington play each other. Friday, Syosset and Port Washington. And then Saturday, some really big games on the boys' side. You've got Massapequa Farmingdale, the renewal of their rivalry. And maybe the biggest game in the country. It's the Woodstick, as Garden City will go to Manhasset. That one will be under the lights at Manhasset. A year ago, Joey Terenzi stole the show. Had that behind the back goal that I asked if he was serious. He certainly was. Led the Indians to a big win on that day. Garden City perhaps looking for revenge and maybe a win at Manhasset. Always a fun day and a historic one as well for the Woodstick. A little dunk in front. Flobeck says no. Picks up the rebound again. Loose ball. Look at Flobeck. Spins away from a couple of a couple of attackers on this aggressive ride. Spinning as well there and getting out of trouble as Mount Sinai can push it down the field now. Maybe Flobeck is trying to get into Carente's head a little bit, looking for more time in the cage. She's been good as she's spelled McFadden here in this second half. 7:20 left in regulation time. 10-3 the lead for Mount Sinai. Looking to put an exclamation point on this win. Millen has it. Gets it behind the cage. Flobeck's been great, especially after Spallina went out injured. Kind of assumed more of that facilitator role at X. She's got 4 goals on the game. She's been really, really good. And I think one of the more impressive performances here of these 3 games has been the host Mustangs. We bring in a moment as a little dodge from X. You hear the huffing and puffing from Andrew Rappaport, who's got a lot of weight on his shoulders here leading this incredible tournament. And what an incredible shot by Millen. Oh, Cassidy Millen stung the back of the net for her 4th goal of the season, first of the game to extend Mount Sinai's lead. Rapp, that was a good goal.
That was a great goal. And I'm out of breath because if anybody was listening to the last game, we were talking about Mount Rushmore's.
Yes.
Of Mount Sinai.
You built one here.
I built
just now. That's pretty impressive.
And I was down there talking to Mr. Pareca. And I looked at the clock and I said, oh, boy, there's only a few minutes left in the game. I said, Mr. Pareca, I got to run.
That was nice of you. Appreciate that.
I got to get it back up here and help my buddy
your
Dylan
buddy,
out. Yeah. But, yeah, so he's here watching his daughter, who's...
Yeah, she's the heir apparent.
Now, yes, she is. I was talking to head coach Chris before the game, and he was with Shayna, and they walked over, and Chris said, Andrew, let me introduce you to my assistant coach, Shayna. And I said, introduce me to Shayna. I said, I knew Shayna when she was like 13 years old.
As Sacred Heart pulls one back.
She started as an 8th grader, yeah. Shayna Pareca. Sydney started as a 7th grader. So I literally watched that family grow up. And she said, yes, I remember you. I said, yes, I'm thankful that you remember me because we put you on TV an awful lot.
Yeah, she went on and did bigger and better things at Florida than Athletes Unlimited. And, yeah, listen, she's going to be teaching in the district next year.
Yeah, it's great.
This is, she's getting her feet wet and looking now at that post-playing career. And Carente said, look, Albert Alone's a legend, right? I took over for him. But he said it's different when a Shayna Pareca is the one instructing because she's been there. She's a woman dealing with girls and literally being in the same shoes. So it's really a match made in heaven, I think, for Mount Sinai going forward.
If Al built the program as the coach, Shayna and Sydney were very important bricks in that building.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And that good analogy because we talked about Mount Rushmore's and you built it up and no doubt the Parecas are there. You could see the Chomas are there.
And I was talking to Mr. Choma during the first half of this game. Actually, he called Casey, the great Esports South Manor star from a few years ago, while there, and I got to say hello to her. This is like really coming full circle. But I said to Shayna, I said, listen, when you get the head coaching job, I need you to bring Sydney here and be an assistant coach because that would just be a good story. And she goes, she's at Stony Brook. Yeah, Joe Spleen can get anybody he wants to be his assistant coach. Come on, sister connection.
Oh, what a rip. I got to tell you, this has been, I was saying it, I think, before you came on air, but of these performances, right, like you think about standout performances, this one, again, considering the level of competition, and Sacred Heart, no slouches whatsoever, this is a big statement, I think, for Mount Sinai.
Absolutely. I think Sacred Heart beat Ridgewood a few weeks ago,
That's
right?
correct.
And you know, this is an all Long Island game, so for anybody who doesn't know, Ridgewood is one of the top 2 or 3 teams every year in New Jersey. So for Sacred Heart to beat that quality team, I mean, that's a good win. So now Mount Sinai comes and, what is it, 8 goals? It's a statement.
12-4. And, you know, too, this is not the best week for Sacred Heart because it's a week that included a 16-4 loss to Wilton. So O'Connor is saying, look, we always have these 1 games, right? And we just get out of our system, we go forward. And you could kind of say here now it looks like it's 2 games this week for them. And, again, they have an aggressive schedule as well. And it's all about, for Sacred Heart on the girls' side, much like it's on the boys' side with Chaminade St. Anthony, it's all about those 2 teams. You hope, or they both hope, you get 3 matchups. You have 2 in the regular season, 1 for a title. St. Anthony's, of course, getting the better of Sacred Heart these last couple years, won that first meeting. So for Sacred Heart, it's all about just building up to that game and hoping, one, obviously you're in it, and then being good enough to win. So we mentioned it last game about being better off a loss. We expect Sacred Heart to be better off of what looks like this being their latest defeat, their 4th of the year.
It was 2018, I believe, that they won that Catholic championship.
Yes.
And they had snapped a 9-year run by St. Anthony, something like that. And then St. Anthony's won it back, and then they lost a couple years of the pandemic, or a year, and last year was a shortened season. But Sacred Heart has gotten there. You know, St. Anthony's has gotten the better of them the majority of the time, but Sacred Heart knows what it's like to win. You know, 2018 wasn't too far ago. Same coach, and, you know, they'll be fine.
I'll speak with Andrew Rappaport, of course, the founder of this Games for Brains tournament. We said before, in its 6th year as a competition, but 8th overall of existence.
Yeah, in 2020 we had the tournament built. We were about a couple months away from about a month away, and then obviously everything changed. But 6th year of the tournament, and as you can see on the top of your screen, there's our website, gamesforbrainslax.org. So you can go to that website, learn all about the charity that we play for, the Making Headway Foundation. You can read why we do raise money for Making Headway, but it's a great organization that provides care and comfort for kids with brain cancer, brain and spinal cord tumors, and 100% of the profits, 100% of the proceeds, I should say, go to that organization. So if you go to their website, you can read all about it, and you can make a donation. There is a link on that page to make a donation to the charity. There's a link to Varsity Media, which you can go back and watch all the games, all 7 games from this weekend. So there's a lot of information on there. Go there, make a donation, and help out those who need it.
Here's a question for you. With all the baking that your wife has done over the course of these 2 days, are you just like out of luck now for the next few months? Like, she's not baking you for you at all, right?
Yeah, I'm going to live on like frozen pizza and apples, I guess. Because I do the grocery shopping. But if I do the grocery shopping and she's not making anything, then I guess I'll just buy some, I don't know, lean cuisines.
Get some Moe's.
I got some Moe's. Ate a couple of Moe's today. Yeah, thank you to Moe's for providing the food for the athletes today. They did a great job. We just got our 3rd delivery of the day. So after the game, athletes from both teams will come over and we'll get to enjoy Moe's, compliments of the Moe's in Rocky Point. They provide a nice lunchbox for everybody to either eat on the bus, whatever it is. So Moe's, thank you very much. And, of course, thank you very much to the Yellow Jackets for sponsoring this great event.
Yeah, so many of these players here, part of the Yellow Jackets, not just players, coaches as well.
Absolutely. Mount Sinai is a Yellow Jackets town.
Oh, yeah.
We mentioned the Parecas.
With a little bit of Stony Brook red as well in the
The Spalinas, yeah, a little bit of everybody.
little hard foul out at midfield.
And thank you to the weather forecasters for giving us a great weekend, right? All around, a little chilly today, but I mean, it was picture perfect both days. Sun. We've had tournaments in the past where I've been in a winter jacket.
Yep.
And there's some years where it's even been a little rainy. But this year, I don't know, you mentioned last game there was one year where it was super hot.
Oh.
But I feel like this weekend was just a perfect weather all around.
Yeah, we haven't had those days, right, and on the island where it's been more chilly, cold maybe than it's been warm, and this is the first kind of couple of days in a row that we've had that. So whoever is handling the weather, clearly a fan of Games for Brains and girls lacrosse.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you to everybody.
Final minute of this 2022 edition. How quickly, Andrew, do you turn the page? I know you. It's always churning up in your head. Probably already you're thinking of the 2023 edition.
I had teams walking off the field yesterday, and actually today again, Bronxville said to me when they were walking off, they said, if you're doing this next year, wherever you're doing this next year, we want in. And they said, not only do we want in, but if we have more notice, listen, this year we got everything together a little late. We weren't sure what was going to happen. Usually I start planning this July. I'll start reaching out to teams because lacrosse teams like to fill up their schedule early with these non-league games. So Bronxville said we want in, and if we know it early enough, we will do our own separate fundraising, which teams have done in the past, which I said that's great. So yeah, by July we'll start figuring out the teams, and by the fall we'll start figuring out the matchups. So we don't waste too much time. I'll rest. I'll let Lauren rest for a couple weeks, and then we're right back at it. Let you guys rest too, because Varsity Media did an awesome job all weekend covering these games.
There's no rest. We have a game tomorrow.
They don't give you. They don't let you rest.
No. Ben's cracking the whip.
Ben, what are you doing to Dylan?
But listen, man, great job as always.
Thank you. I can't believe it's over, but yeah, great weekend.
Tremendous weekend and a great showing by the Long Island teams, the Westchester teams, the Connecticut teams as well. Great all around. This one ends with Mount Sinai winning 12-5. The Mustangs improved to 9-2 on the season. Sacred Heart drops to 4-4. Want to maybe give you the last word here, Andrew?
I want to say thank you to every team who came from not just Long Island, but from Westchester, from Connecticut, from Rockland, and thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for donating. Thank you to everybody who was a big part of this and who made this weekend a success.
Well, we thank you as well, and you've done an incredible job again, and super proud of your effort, and what a great foundation way. Let's pop it up one more time. We'll show you the website and how you can donate. Well, first, the Yellow Jackets want to, of course, again, thank them for their sponsorship as well. Terrific, the premier club program in the country, maybe the planet. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's any up in Mars or the moon, but they are the best around in the galaxy, and there it is again to donate. Gains for Brains, lax.org. You could have your donation, also learn more about why how this started, and certainly more about the Making Headway Foundation. So that will put a bow on it here from Mount Sinai. I want to thank our entire crew here at Varsity Media, of course, Andrew Rappaport as well for the job that he did putting this together again. We look forward to the 2023 edition. Final score here from the final game. Mount Sinai 12, Sacred Heart 5. Dylan Butler here thanking you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.